だが地表に展開していたベータはレーザー種に限らずそのほとんどを撃破できているはずだ。
Damn, we're using that much ammo in a single forward base? Well, I guess they'd just overwhelm us with sheer numbers otherwise. But if it takes this much firepower to get rid of one minor hive, I can't imagine how we could ever take back all of Asia. I'm starting to see why some people just want to G-bomb the entire continent.
ここで作戦は第2段階へ移行する。信濃、美濃、加賀の戦艦3隻を旗艦とした帝国連合艦隊第2戦隊が真野湾へ突入。艦砲射撃をもって旧八幡から旧高野、旧防ヶ浦一帯を面制圧。同時に帝国海軍第17戦術機構戦隊が雪の高浜へ強襲上陸し、橋頭砲を確保。
They're gonna charge right into the enemy?
続いて帝国軍機構4個師団および戦術機構10個連隊からなるウイスキー部隊を順次揚陸。戦線を維持しつつウイスキー主力部隊は旧沢根へ西進。背部から出現するであろう敵増援を引き寄せる。
Holy shit, the Empire's pouring nearly half of all of its resources into this operation. I mean, the shells, the ships, the tanks, the TSFs, these numbers are insane. How do you even unload a unit that huge? Are they gonna have to shuttle them over from Niigata in multiple trips? No. Sadogashima is close enough that TSFs could fly there from the mainland themselves. But it's only gonna be possible if we gain an air superiority. And initial landing units would definitely need to bring a supply of propellant for them. Well, in any case, it looks like we might just have enough manpower to counter the reinforcements after all.
ベータ軍の増援を真野湾に引きつけた後、作戦は第3段階へ移行。両津湾沖に展開したアイオワ、ニュージャージー、ミズーリー、イリノイ、ケンタッキーの5隻を旗艦とする国連太平洋艦隊と大和武蔵の2隻を中心とする帝国連合艦隊第3戦隊が制圧砲撃を開始。同時に帝国海軍第4戦術機構戦隊が旧大野を確保。続いて国連軍機構3個連隊および戦術機構5個連隊からなるエコー部隊を順次揚陸。詳細は後になるが、諸君はこのエコー隊の上陸に呼応して任務を開始することになる。先行部隊が戦線を構築、エコー主力部隊は北上、旧早吉から多々良峰跡を経由して旧鷲ヶ崎を目指す。ここまでの陽動が成功した場合、高21号目標からの敵増援は大きく2つに分断されているはずである。つまり両津市から高21号目標が存在する金北山跡まで敵はほとんど存在しないことになる。この戦況の現実を待ち、作戦は第4段階へと移行する。爆撃を終え軌道上周回中の国連宇宙総軍艦隊より投下される第6機動降下兵団が再突入を開始。佐渡島へ到着した後、高21号目標内部へ突入。第2目的の達成を目指す。
The secondary objective, to take control of the hive, or at least gather as much intel as possible.
突入部隊の第4層への到達を確認した後、ウイスキー隊が順次突入。高21号目標の占領を目指す。
I wonder if there are prisoners in the Sadogashima hive. People were captured by the beta like Sumika was. If they're having the UN forces head in first, it's probably because they're hoping to find others like her. If they did, they could make a second or even a third 00 unit. Plus, with all those rare beta materials down there, I'm guessing they'd much rather capture the hive than just destroy it. If my suspicions are correct, then this operation was definitely planned by some die-hard alternative force supporters in the UN. In which case, this really might be a golden opportunity to keep the alternative 5 supporters at bay, just like Yuko Sensei said.
この時エコー隊は突入作戦の支援に当たる。佐渡島周辺の海底に展開しているであろうベータ軍の再上陸に備えるのだ。さて、作戦がこの段階を迎えるといよいよ諸君の出番となる。 突入部隊が消息を絶った場合も同様だ。隊、続きをよろしく頼む。
は。今朝も言ったように高21号作戦における我が部隊の任務は直接的なベータとの戦闘が目的ではない。オルタネイティブ4司令部より試験的に戦線投入される新型兵器の支援及び護衛である。
Yep, looks like they're still not calling it the 00 unit. Though I have to say, it feels a little weird that they're referring to her as a weapon. Well, I remember from our lectures on military history that stuff like cipher decryption devices were often categorized as secret weapons, so I guess it's not too big of a stretch.
本作戦中のいかなる状況においても最優先されるのは新型兵器の無傷での回収であることを頭に叩き込んでおけ。エコー隊にこうして動くことにはなるが、陽動に付き合う必要はない。むしろ任務と無関係な戦闘行為は一切禁ずる。
In other words, even if we see our allies begging for help, we're just gonna have to leave them to die.
とはいえ、佐渡島全域が敵の支配地域である以上、遭遇戦が頻発することが予想される。やむなく交戦した場合は、後の護衛任務に備え、残弾は常にフルにしておくんだ。訓練でもやっているが、砲弾や装備の補給は戦域各所にばらまかれる兵装補給用コンテナで行うこと。ビーコンを頼りにすればすぐに見つかるはずだ。これは大規模作戦では必ず行われる補給方法なので、新入りどもはこの機会に実戦での補給に慣れておけ。だが補給を焦って警戒がおろそかになり、敵の餌食になるケースは非常に多い。
Right, kinda like how you'll often get killed trying to go after extra lives or power-ups in a video game.
回収の際は必ずエレメントを心がけ、残弾の多い方から補給を行う原則を忘れるな。はい。
Ma'am.
では作戦全体の進行に沿った形で任務内容を説明する。我が隊はエコー部隊とともに上陸を開始、旧上ニーボを目標に南下していく。新型兵器は作戦の第2段階を合図に横浜基地から出撃。佐渡島東南部旧豊岡付近から高21号目標へ進行を開始する。
Wait, they're gonna send Tamika's TSF from the base all by itself? Why would they do that?
我々は新型兵器の到着まで進行ラインを確保し支配下に置く。次にオービットダイバーズの効果が行われるが、ここで注意しなければならないのはリエントリーシェル落下による被害だ。
Re-entry shells. Right. We went over those in one of our lectures. Drop units use heat-resistant armored capsules that split in two and fall away prior to impact. These halves then crash into the Earth's surface, opening up holes in the stab that allow infiltration to begin much closer to the main of shaft.
直撃はもちろん、衝撃波や飛散物には十分警戒しろ。
Ma'am.
さて、いよいよ我々の出番となるが、砲火部隊の背部突入作戦の成否により我が隊の任務も変わってくる。突入部隊が制圧に成功した場合、我々も新型兵器とともに背部に侵入し情報収集に当たる。逆に失敗した場合、新型兵器の攻撃により背部とその戦力を無力化することになる。
Wait, neutralize? As in, like, destroy it? You tell me Tamika's TSF has enough firepower to just blow the whole thing to smithereens? You can't be serious.
その後、ウィスキー隊が突入し残存するベータを掃討。続いて我々も背部の情報収集任務に当たる。作戦終了後は48時間以内に横浜基地に帰還する。今の内容と作戦の各段階における撤退の手順については強化装備にデータを落としておくので、各自移動中に確認しておけ。はい。
Ma'am.
風間、鎧、貴様たちはラッシュガード装備で出撃だ。いいな。はい。はい。
Yeah, guess they won't be needing those missile launchers since we're not planning to infiltrate the hive ourselves.
では これより副司令から我々が護衛する新型兵器についてご説明いただく。副司令、お願いします。
はいはい、やっと出番ね。
I'm really hoping she'll explain what the captain meant about the new weapon neutralizing the hive. Doesn't that imply that the new weapon isn't the 00 unit herself so much as the TSF should be piloting? Well, either way, there's no way a single TSF could possibly destroy an entire hive by itself, right? I mean, last I heard, it sounded like they were almost considering disarming her entirely. I know they made her a special TSF, but I was just picturing a big multi-seater or something.
聞いていて分かったと思うけど、高21号作戦は99年の明星作戦に次ぐ規模の大反撃。国連にしろ帝国にしろ、それぞれに目的があってこの作戦を実施するわけだけど、そのどれもが副次的なものに過ぎないわ。はっきり言うけど、高21号作戦は新兵器のテストのために計画されたのよ。各自その辺を正確に認識してちょうだい。帝国軍も極東国連軍も全て新兵器の護衛だと言っても過言じゃない。向こうもそれを承知しているわ。逆に言えば、それだけ私たちの新兵器が期待されているってこと。そこにはあんたたちの働きも含まれている。いいわね。はい。
Yes, ma'am.
じゃあ始めるわ。あんたたちが守るのは人類を滅亡の危機から救う対ベータ戦略の切り札。XG70B サノー2型よ。
What the hell? That's no TSF. Look how huge it is. This is what Sumika's gonna be piloting?
XG70B はアメリカ軍のハイマーフ計画が生み出した戦略航空機動要塞の試作2番機よ。
Now that thing is a mech.
この極秘計画のスタートは1975年。ちなみにコードネームが和風なのはこっちで勝手につけたから。
Wait, the XG70. I feel like I remember hearing about this. It was part of some deal with the Americans.
戦略航空機動要塞は単独で敵支配地域の最深部まで侵攻し、短時間で背部を破壊するという夢のようなオーダーを叶える兵器。搭載されたムアコックレシテ型高重力機関から発生する重力場でベータのレーザー兵器を無力化し、重力制御の際に生じる莫大な余剰電力を利用した過電粒子砲による攻撃で背部を殲滅するのよ。
Wait, a charged particle cannon? Gravity control? You mean to tell me that this world's had that kind of technology for over 20 years?
まあそんな欲張りな要求仕様だったからこんなデカブツになった上、結局完成せず87年にお蔵入り。理由は簡単。高重力機関開発のスピンオフ技術でもっとお手軽で量産も簡単な兵器が開発されちゃったからね。その兵器っていうのが G 弾って呼ばれているおなじみの爆弾よ。私たちとしては G 弾を派手に使われるのは迷惑だからね。オルタネイティブ計画権限でモスボール処置されていた機体を接収したってわけ。
Right, now I remember. I thought I recognized the name XG70 from somewhere. It's what Chief Yoda and Yuko-sensei were talking about before the coup. This must be what she meant when she said the Americans were finally starting to play ball after she completed the 00 unit.
今回が初めての実戦テストだから不測の事態に備えてこれだけ厳重な護衛態勢をとっている。何しろ簡単に失うわけにいかない代物だからね。だけどこのテストの結果次第では次回以降の背部攻略作戦は今回の100分の1以下の戦力で済むようになる。
That's an understatement. If this works as well as the Americans drafted it up, then the Susanoo Mark II could take out an entire hive all by itself. If the simulators are any indication, then the passageways within the hive are pretty huge. I don't doubt that the Susanoo could fit inside.
そうなればベータ大戦が始まって以来言われ続けている人類の勝利っていう言葉が初めて現実的な可能性と具体性が付加されることになる。
She's right. I mean, just look at how much manpower we're using for a hive on a dinky little island. Although this strategy might work on other coastal hives if we have enough resources, it's just not applicable to assaulting a landlocked target. But if the Susanoo Mark II really is all that it's cracked up to be, then Yuko-sensei's right. It'll completely turn the tides of this war.
じゃあ佐野2型を護衛するにあたっての注意点を言っておく。まず第一に佐野2型の機体走行面から10メートル以上の距離を維持すること。佐野2型の姿勢制御と軌道は高重力機関によって形成されるラザフォードフィールドと呼ばれる重力場によって制御されている。これに干渉すると急激な重力変調に巻き込まれるわよ。コクピットでミンチになりたくなかったら距離には注意して。
But I guess that also means the beta can't get near it either.
制御システムがまだ完全じゃないことが原因だからおいおい解消される問題だけど今回の調整が間に合わなかったの。念のためラザフォードフィールドが形成されている時にはあんたたちの機体側で危険を回避するように設定してあるけど十分気をつけなさい。了解。
Roger.
じゃあ次、家電粒子砲が発射態勢に入ったらスサノオ2型より後方に退避しなさい。簡単に説明すると家電粒子砲は一種の運動エネルギー兵器。
Wait, so it's not a laser or something like that?
イオン化した微細粒子を電気的磁気的に加速と収束を繰り返して打ち出すことで標的を熱と衝撃で破壊する仕組みなの。では何が危険か。まず一つ目、射出されたイオン流が車線上の空気と衝突することで可視光線を含む大量の電磁波がまき散らされる。二つ目、電荷を持ったイオンが高速移動することで車線周囲の一定範囲に強力な磁界が発生する。つまり車線軸に隣接する一定の範囲はとんでもない出力の電子レンジと同じ状態になるってこと。今の戦術機程度の電磁波遮蔽処置では人間も電子機器も瞬殺でしょうね。スサノオ2型は過電粒子の最終収束と車線方向を方向部に備えられた重力場形成装置で制御しているの。だから機体より後ろにいれば安全。ただし真後ろはダメよ。過電粒子砲は光学兵器じゃないから発射の際に反動が発生する。それを打ち消すためにかなり大きいラザフォードフィールドが機体の真後ろに発生するからね。以上の注意点を踏まえて護衛任務について具体的な注文をするわ。まず1点目、過電粒子砲発射態勢に入って以降機体底面および後方以外のラザフォードフィールドが消滅する。2点目、過電粒子砲発射後再発射までの約4分間機体底面以外のラザフォードフィールドが消滅する。
So we have a short time limit to protect Sumika unless she's not the one piloting and it's just her mech before the particle beam goes off. 4 minutes? That's even longer than the heavy laser class needs to recharge.
つまり砲撃を続ける限り底面と発射時の後方以外にラザフォードフィールドは形成されないってことね。装甲剤は10レーザー級の単照射は2分弱、レーザー級なら7分は耐えられる設計だけど複数以上の同時照射では当てにならない数値よ。それに機体に直接取り付かれることも致命的。近接防御用の兵装は一切装備してないからね。
I see. So normally the Rutherford fields make it all but invulnerable, but since they aren't on at all times, we have to help protect it.
とにかくこのタイミングにベータを寄せ付けないようにしてちょうだい。それがあんたたちの最も重要な任務だからね。
Roger.
あとはそうね、大丈夫だとは言っても手記に負担がかかるからなるべくレーザー照射させないようにしてちょうだい。
Roger.
まあ作戦が順調にいけばそんな事態にはならないけどとりあえず以上。
It's definitely got a few weak points, but the Susanoo is clearly in a league of its own as a piece of weaponry. Hard to believe Sumika's gonna be the one piloting it. Okay, so she is. At any rate, I'm pretty sure it's still the 00 unit they're trying to evaluate here, even if the official purpose of the operation is to test the Susanoo. Man, I can see her piloting the TSF, but this behemoth, Gotta admit, I'm a little worried.
オルタネイティブ4の成否はこの作戦の結果が大きく影響するわ。頼んだわよ。了解。
Ma'am.
すでに本作戦は発動している。諸軍は明朝の出撃に備え万全な準備を整えたまえ。以上だ。
敬礼。私は帝国海軍の作戦機関従順最上から指揮を取るから、じゃあ佐渡島で会いましょう。
Since he's gonna be on the front lines too, is she just required to be there to monitor the 00 unit's practical assessment? Or is that just a sign of how confident she is in the Susanoo?
スサノオ2型の作戦コードは A02 とする。高21号作戦と我々の任務に関するブリーフィングは以上だ。明朝の固執は丸2丸々とする。夕食後は身辺整理をしてさっさと寝るんだ。いいな。
Put our affairs in order. That seems like a pretty pessimistic way to go into this thing. Though I guess it's no different from when they had us write out our wills the other day.
そうだ。遺品を受け取った者が悲しむようなものは処分するか分けておけ。
Things that might upset them. The hell? What does she mean by that?
いいから整理だけはしておけ。無事に帰ってくれば済むことだ。
Yes, ma'am.
例えばだ。お前が早瀬中尉のシャワー室を隠し撮りしていたとする。
Who the hell would do a thing like that? What is this chick's problem?
なんかああもきっぱり言われると結構腹が立つものね。
Come on, quit joking around.
なんだ、年上は好みじゃないのか。じゃあ綾峰あたりか。
それはあんたの好みでしょ。
ポ
Ugh, not you too.
いかがわしい写真とかピンナップ、とにかく受け取った遺族ががっかりするようなものは分けておきなさいってことよ。
Oh, so that's what she meant in that case. I've got nothing to worry about.
なんだ、隠さなくてもいいぞ。そういう年頃なんだし、恥ずかしいことじゃない。
I just said I don't have any. Besides, what about you, huh? Bet you got a ton of stuff you need to set aside.
なぜそれを。ああ、なるほど。お前は私を隠し撮りしているんだな。
Please, I'm tired of being the voyeur here.
そうか。そこまで言うなら仕方がないな。整備が終わったら私の部屋に来い。
Huh?
隠し撮りではなく直接見たいんだろ。
What are you saying?
白金少尉、あなたは注意の冗談に反応しすぎるから面白がられているのよ。 もう少しうまく流すことができればからかわれなくて済むのにね。
I'll do my best, Lieutenant. Thanks.
なんだ、トウコが良かったのか。それならそうと早く言えばいいのに。
Yes, ma'am. Duly noted. Uh-oh.
ほらほら、じゃれ合うのは夕食の後にしろ。
失礼しました。
よし、では各自速やかにハンガーに向かい機体のチェックを済ませるんだ。いつもより入念にだぞ。
Ma'am.
以上、解散。
Tried the Susanoo Mark II, huh? I can't believe Alternative 4 had such a master secret weapon up its sleeve. And as far as I can tell, Tsumika's definitely going to be the one piloting it. I thought the 00 unit was supposed to be reading the beta's minds, though. Was it actually designed to pilot that colossal death machine? Guess I better go see Yuko-sensei once I'm done tuning for the day. She might be too busy to meet with me, but I've got all sorts of questions to ask her about Tsumika and the Susanoo.
白金少尉。
Huh? Lieutenant Tsukoyomi? It's been a while. I didn't realize she came back. I haven't seen her since she left to escort the Shogun back to the capital. Though to be fair, I wasn't in this world for much longer than that. Hey, I wanted to thank you for all your help during the coup d'etat.
その件で礼を言うべきなのは私だ。 貴様が殿下をお守りしたこと、メイヤ様を手助けして差し上げたこと、
No, really, it was nothing.
そして遅ればせながら民間おめでとう、少尉。
Oh, thank you very much. Right, now I get why I didn't recognize her the instant I heard her voice. I'm not used to her addressing me that way. Up until now, she's always called me by my full name.
それに神宮寺軍曹の一件は返す返すも残念だったな。
Thanks.
あの者は立派な共同官であり、優秀な英士でもあった。共に戦ったのはかの事件のみであったが、長年の戦友を失った思いだ。
I can see why. Even when Lieutenant Tsukoyomi and Major Walken were at odds with each other, Sergeant Jinguji made an effort to explain where the Empire was coming from, while staying true to her position as a UN soldier.
光月副司令から伺ったが、貴様はあの直後、別動任務に赴いたそうだな。
Yeah, I did. Yuko-sensei told her about that. Well, she probably didn't spill the fact that I was in another world at least. She said she'd take that to her grave. Wait, but what if Lieutenant Tsukuyomi found out something about my mission some other way?
メイヤ様も大層心配なさっていたが、息災であるようだな。
I'm alright, yeah. Wait, she talked to Maya too? Oh god, maybe she's here to chew me out for throwing myself on her before I ran away. First Lieutenant?
なんだ?
Am I, in trouble again?
そう構えるな。今日は貴様に難癖をつけに来たのではない。それとも何か身に覚えが?
Nope. No, it's just that you typically don't come to talk to me unless you've got something to scold me about.
出撃前の忙しい時に迷惑なのは承知しているが、少々時間をもらいたい。
Oh, no worries. I can spare some time. Man, this feels weird. And not just because of the way she's addressing me either. I don't feel the same tension in her demeanor. It's like she's loosened up a bit.
では場所を変えよう。ここでは少々話しがたい。
Understood. Everyone's still in here doing checks on their TSF, so they might be able to listen on us. And since I've got no clue what she's about to tell me, I'm more than happy to find someplace with a bit more privacy. I know just a spot. Follow me. Yeah, this should be good enough. Can't imagine anyone eavesdropping on us up here. So, what is it you wanted to talk about, First Lieutenant?
実は私個人としての頼み事があってきたのだ。
Huh? I thought something was off. So that's why. For someone who's always so strictly business, it must be something pretty serious for her to ask me for something personal. Personal favor? Like what? Could this be about the XM3? Nah, I highly doubt that.
メイヤ様を頼む。
Huh?
すでに正規兵となった貴様にこのようなことを頼むこと自体愚昧であるのは重々承知している。ましてこれまでの貴様に対する言動を顧みれば恥知らずな物言いだということも。
First Lieutenant.
情けない話ではあるが、それでも貴様にしか頼めない。貴様にも任務がある。その上でできる限りで構わない。もし万が一戦場においてメイヤ様が死に急ごうとされた時、一言諌めて差し上げてくれるだけでよいのだ。
What, like when she offered to be the Shogun's body double? Lieutenant Tsukuyomi was in support of that idea, though. Not that she had much of a choice, of course. It was either her or the Shogun who's sworn to protect. But by offering to escort her to the negotiations with Captain Saigiri, I was able to dissuade her from trying to take him on all by herself.
貴様になら、貴様の言葉であれば、メイヤ様も耳を貸すに違いない。
The Shogun said something similar, actually. That she knew Maya would accept any gift as long as it came from me.
この通りだ。
What the hell? She's bowing down to me? Hang on a second, First Lieutenant, please. This isn't necessary. I mean it. Even if you hadn't asked, I'd never let Maya do anything reckless, so please raise your head.
醜態を晒したな。許せ。
Seriously though, what's this all about? It's not like you at all.
そうか。
Did something happen, or what?
特に何があったというわけではない。この絵の軍人である私にとって貴様は依然最も警戒すべき人物だ。
Yeah, of course. She knows that I'm supposed to be dead. It only makes sense for her to be suspicious.
だが私個人としては貴様の人間性は信じている。
Huh?
いや信じたいと思っていると言った方が正直だな。
She wants to trust me. First Lieutenant,
なんだ
what caused this change of heart?
なぜか。そうだな。先の事件以来殿下が貴様に全幅の信頼をお寄せになっていること、それはもちろん大きい。
Oh wow, Her Highness spoke so highly of me she even caused Lieutenant Tsukoyomi to have a change of heart. Honestly, I don't feel remotely worthy of her praise.
だが私にとってはサギリ大尉に包囲された際の貴様の言動、あれがきっかけになったのであろうな。貴様が何者であろうが本質的な人間性は信じることができるのかもしれない。そう思ったのは確かだ。
But I could have been a secret agent putting on an act just to earn Her Highness's trust. That's what you would have assumed before, right?
確かにそうだな。
Holy shit, did she just laugh?
だが貴様がどこぞの工作員だとすると桁外れな無能であろう。名夜様を生かすべき最大の機会を見送り、手にした殿下の信頼も全く利用しないのだからな。あるいは最高に優秀であるがゆえに未だ無能を演じているのか。いずれにせよここに来て貴様が名夜様にあだなすとは考えがたい。
How can you be so sure?
今も言ったであろう。名夜様を最大限に利用する機会はかの事件だった。だが貴様はうまく利用するどころかリスクを負ってまで名夜様の手助けをした。あの事件以降名夜様の政治的利用価値は喪失している。任官した事実を見てもそれは明らかだ。
So Lieutenant Tsukuyomi did know the truth about Unit A01. Guess that explains why she was so displeased about Meiya being stationed here.
もはや貴様が名夜様に手をかけるとすれば個人的な殺意しかありえない。しかしそれとてこれまでにも十分機会があったにもかかわらず貴様は実行に及んでいない。
I see. So you've convinced Meiya's safe with me then?
貴様にいかなる裏があれどそれは名夜様云々とは別の目的を達成するためなのであろう。そうでなければこれまでのことに説明がつかない。
Okay, but clearly you're not 100% convinced if you felt the need to make this a personal request. So I take it you're here looking for some additional reassurance? She was watching me like a hawk from her Takemikazuchi during the last operation. I'm guessing she's trying to convince herself that she won't need to do that anymore.
確かにそれもある。だがことここに及んではもう貴様を信頼するしかない。
What do you mean?
名夜様が承認しオルタネイティブ計画直属の特殊任務部隊に属した以上いかにこの絵といえど常におそばに控えるわけにはいかないのだ。
Huh? Why not? Isn't that what you've been doing this whole time? Are you telling me your unit isn't going to be involved in this operation?
貴様たちはもはや訓練部隊ではない。私たちが随伴する名目はない。
But I mean, Japan is alternative force host country, right? Isn't that why they stationed you here to begin with?
貴様のその言動が演技でないことを祈るばかりだ。
Huh?
貴様が計りごとを秘めまさにこの機会を伺っていたのであれば私の乾杯だからな。本当の理由を言おう。
Huh? What do you mean?
私の部隊は名夜様をお守りする任を解かれたのだ。
But why?
125事件の結果、殿下と帝国議会、そして軍の関係は本来あるべき姿へと是正された。
Wait, really?
仙台臨時政府は決起鎮圧の8日後、12月14日に解散を決議し、即日新内閣が組閣された。
What? And all of this happened while I was over in the other world? And I guess the IJS officially dubbed it the 12-5 incident. News to me.
正直に言えば、この結果には私も驚いている。これも結
Yeah, this is exactly what Captain Sagiri wanted, but still. Why would they give her different bodyguards though? No one knows Maya better than...
これは私が解任されたという話ではないのだ。今後、名ヤ様に警護は一切つかない。
What? How could they just abandon her like that? You can't be serious. Why the hell would they do that? I mean, Maya's a relative of the Shogun, isn't she? What? Why are you looking at me like that? What is it?
貴様、本当に知らないのか？
Huh?
殿下がどのようなお立場なのか、本当に知らないのか？
Uh-oh. I only have a vague understanding about how politics work in this world from my experiences in the previous timeline. I mean, I thought the Grand Shogun was the most powerful person in all of Japan, right? Isn't she? Was that not specific enough? Honestly, I never cared that much about politics, which is the main reason I never asked Sensei about any of this.
建前としては間違っていない。
In the public eye.
だが、本当に何も分かっていないようだな。やはり貴様はこの国の人間ではないのだな。
Damn it, of all the times to slip up, I didn't think this stuff about Mei and Her Highness was gonna come up again. I didn't bother learning anymore because I didn't think it would change anything between Mei and me. First Lieutenant,
今さらそれが分かったところでどうしようもないか。
Huh?
本当に有能なのか無能なのかよくわからん男だ、貴様は。
First Lieutenant.
それでも名ヤ様のことを貴様に委ねたくなるのはなぜなのだろうな。
Wow, she trusts me that much. She said it was just because the Shogun believes in me, but it sounds like it's more about how much I mean to Maya. And yet, I can't just tell her the truth about where I'm from. It'd only make her even more suspicious of me. I'm really sorry, First Lieutenant. I can't tell you anything.
分かっている。貴様も軍人であり、極秘計画に携わっている以上、それが正しいのだ。
Sorry.
では、将軍職について教えてやろう。日本人であれば誰でも知っていることだ。貴様が何者であれ、知っておいて損はない。
Thanks. I appreciate it.
征夷大将軍とは帝国議会の上位執政機関である元数府の長であり、皇帝陛下に任命される国事全権総代の称号だ。
The Regency Council.
古い言葉で言えば摂政だ。皇帝陛下の執政にお力添えするため、摂政職を機関化した組織が元数府だ。その機能はアメリカでいうところの大統領府のようなもの。貴様にはこう言った方が分かりやすいのだろうな。
Okay. Yikes, she's completely convinced I'm a foreigner, though I guess I am in a sense, so whatever.
ただ大統領とは違い、征夷大将軍は選挙で選ばれるものではない。元数府を構成する五石家の当主衆からお一方が皇帝陛下より任命されるのだ。
Sorry, what are the 5 regent houses? She already thinks I'm a foreigner, so I might as well keep asking questions.
1867年、欧米列強の脅威に抗するために倒幕派大名と将軍家が大同団結し、大政奉還が成立した。知っているか？
Yeah, totally. Oh, great, modern history. I didn't even take history as my sophomore elective back in my world. Man, how the heck would I know anything about it in this one?
その際、元数府を設置した公務員、斑鳩、西園寺、九条、 高司の五大武家を五石家と称するのだ。
Ah, guess I never knew about any of these little discrepancies between our world's histories, though Sensei probably would have pointed them out if I'd gone into more detail about mine. But why would I do that? I don't really have an interest in the history or politics of any world, honestly. And I mean, they never put me at a disadvantage in the previous timeline, though that might just be because this is a UN military base.
将軍は当初国事の一切を取り仕切っていたのだが、敗戦とその後の占領政策によって名誉職にも等しい存在とされてしまっていたのだ。
Guess she's talking about the post-war occupation of Japan by America. And after all that, they even broke off the security treaty in this world. No wonder there's so much contempt for America over here. So the shogun used to have all the power, but then the Americans came along and stripped it all away to make us easier to control.
その通りだが、殿下がいかに国事全権代行とはいえ、帝国が立憲君主制である以上、その権勢はもともと一定の制限を受けているのだ。
A constitutional monarchy, huh?
だが、ベータの地球降下以降、非常時という名目でその制限範囲を軍部が拡大解釈し、政府もそれに引っ張られていたのが実情だ。こたび、その拡大解釈が是正され、将軍職本来の権限が殿下に返上されたのだ。
I see, so basically the military and their allies in the government had commandeered the shogun's power, using the war as an excuse to further extend their authority. But wait a second. If the shogun has all that power again, then it makes even less sense to take away Meia's bodyguards, doesn't it?
我が部隊の解任を決定したのは上大将だ。殿下ではない。
But can't you just veto that if she's...
先ほども言ったが、帝国は絶対君主制ではない。全権代行である将軍はもちろん、たとえ皇帝陛下であっても、個人の好き勝手にはできない。
Then why does everybody seem to think they can?
そのような印象を与えるように仕組まれていたからな。
Huh?
民がそのように感じているよしは、為政者にとってその方が都合が良いからだ。非常時に人心を束ねる方策としてな。特に軍上層部の強硬派は、対ベータ戦における統帥権の独立を図るために、殿下をそのように見せておく必要があったのだ。
Then not only was she merely a figurehead, but they could also use her as a scapegoat if things go south. Wow, I think I can finally understand exactly what Captain Sagiri rebelled. And yet... But still, if they allowed her to give Meia bodyguards before, then why can't she do the same thing now that she supposedly got more authority? It makes no sense.
それは別の問題だ。以前はメイヤ様の置かれたお立場によって特例が認められていたに過ぎない。つまり殿下と為政者との利害が一致していたのだ。
And now they don't, so they're just abandoning her. So the reason they're removing you guys from your post is because Meia's no longer valuable to them.
確かにそれは全くの無関係ではない。だがこたびの措置は誠の意味で殿下を重んずる体制となったがゆえのことなのだ。
That makes zero sense whatsoever.
ひとたびであれ、囚人監視の中、殿下の身代わりに立たれたメイヤ様の存在は、今や将軍家、いや、上大将上層部の頭痛の種となっている。
Huh.
何故メイヤ様が今のようなお立場にあるかを考えればわかろ
う。いにしえより公務員家には双子は世を分ける意味語だとするしきたりがあるのです。そのしきたりによってあの者は生まれてすぐに東園の御剣家に養子に出されたのです。
少なくともアメリカ軍にメイヤ様の存在が知られていることは間違いない。
Oh yeah, the Americans went back to retrieve the remains of their fallen soldiers in TSS, didn't they? Assuming the hard drives were intact, they'd have plenty of audio and video evidence.
上大将はアメリカ諜報機関にメイヤ様の出自を探られ、先の事件のような計りごとに担ぎ出されまいかと恐れているのだ。
Wait, the shogunate can't be trying to get Meiya. No, that's probably exactly what they're doing.
125事件の際に貴様の隊にこの絵が随伴した理由は予測される殿下の警護のためという理由で説明がつく。だがこたびの作戦で貴様の部隊にこの絵が随伴する名目は何もない。もっとも貴様の部隊はオルタネイティブ計画直属の極秘任務部隊。門外漢のこの絵が随伴するなど軍律上不可能であるがな。
In other words, now that Meia's been disowned by the house of the shogun, there's no reason to protect her.
その通りだ。
So that's why I didn't see Lieutenant Tsukoyomi around when I first got back. So then, the whole reason Meiya got promoted was because the shogun is hoping she'll get killed in battle? Meiya probably knew this would happen as soon as she got commissioned, actually. I'm sure she knew it from the moment she volunteered to take the shogun's place. But of course, she'd never just throw her life away for no good reason. I'm sure she'd want a meaningful death to give her life in battle, fighting in the name of her highness and her countrymen. So now more than ever, she's gonna be actively looking for ways to put herself in danger, a chance to sacrifice herself for the sake of the mission. That's just the kind of person she is. And that's why you came to me. You're so worried about her that you defied the will of the shogunate and bowed your head to the likes of me, isn't that right? That must be why you told me the real reason they're not guiding her anymore. I know you'll never let that slip otherwise. God damn it. This is all so wrong. She cares more than anyone about the shogun and her country. She risked her life as her highness body double.
これ以上は何も話せない。
This isn't fair. It's just too cruel. And I'm sure they both know all about this too, don't they?
無論お二方ともご存知だ。
God damn it. How can they just accept this pointless cruelty? They didn't choose this life. I guess this means she really is alone now. All she has left is the doll her highness gave her. So that's why she was so insistent about that.
白金少尉、分かっているとは思うが。
Yeah, don't worry. I'll pretend I don't know a thing. I won't tell Meiya you came out here to see me. At the very least, she won't hear from me.
すまぬ。
There's no way I could talk to her about this. I don't even have the right, damn it. There's no solution that'll please everyone, and sometimes that means you've just gotta bite the bullet and do what needs to be done. I know that's why Her Highness made the decision. And I know that's why Meiya accepted it too. It's not my place to reopen old wounds just because I didn't think it's fair.
貴様の普段と何も変わらない態度こそがメイヤ様にとっては最も嬉しいはずだからな。
I'm grateful to her for exactly the same thing. Even after I nearly threw myself on her, Meiya still welcomed me back as if nothing ever happened. It's not just that she forgave me either. She was genuinely willing to sacrifice her body if it would help me make it past Sergeant Jinguji's death. And even when she had all this emotional baggage swirling around in her head on top of her own grief.
泣き言を言うでない。そなたは自らの意志でその立場に立ったのだ。己が都合に合わせ力持つ者と持たぬ者の立場を使い分けるのはやめるがよい。腕を失おうが足を失おうが生きている限り戦うことはできる。次がない死者たちのためにも聖ある者がそれをなすべきであろう。皆人類の勝利を信じるからこそそれぞれが負う役割に準じてゆけるのだ。その悲願を達成することこそが生かされた者の義務だ。私は月並みだが私にも守りたいものがあるのだ。この星、この国の民、そして日本という国だ。
No, she's nothing like me. She's never been the type to let her emotions control her, or give in to despair. She's been prepared for this since long before she stood in for the shogun. Ever since the day she was born, she knew this might happen. That's why she can accept this so easily.
メイヤ様のこと何卒よろしく。
Tsukuyomi-san has always cared so deeply for Meiya, both in this world and in mine. It seems so effortless for her to make the call about letting Meiya take the shogun's place, but right now, it's obvious that she can't bear the thought of leaving Meiya on her own. She feels the same way about Meiya as Meiya felt about the old woman at Mount Tengen.
私はあのご老人が亡くなるかどうかは
正直あまり問題ではないと思っている。
あ？
命があれば良いという単純な問題ではない。生きているのと生かされているのとではまるで違う。
けどお前死んじまったら。
そこに自分の意志があるかどうかが問題なのだ。それが反映できるかどうかが問題なのだ。
言いたいことはわかるけどさ。
タケルも考えてみてほしい。自分の大切なものが自分の意志とは無関係に奪われてしまうのだ。
I think I finally understand Maya must have been projecting her own feelings onto that old woman. She's been jerked around by the government her entire life, but she couldn't bear to force that fate upon anyone else. That's why she was willing to break military regulations. She let her emotions take precedence over her duty, just like Lieutenant Tsukoyomi is doing right now. She's just as human as the rest of us. First Lieutenant, I have faith in Maya.
白金。
And while I can't say with confidence that I understand how she feels or what she's going through, I do think that this might finally be a chance for her to start living life on her own terms. Excuse me. Sure, she'll lose a lot of her special privileges, but she never asked for those in the first place. Honestly, I think she prefers being treated as a normal person rather than as a member of the Shogun's family. And now that she's been free from the shackles of her lineage, maybe she'll finally start to feel comfortable with just being Mitsurugi Maya. I'm sure she still has every intention of laying her life on the line to fight in the name of her highness and her people. But I really don't think she'd ever do something rash just to get herself killed. Of course, I can't promise she won't go berserk and try something crazy, but I sincerely doubt it. What I can promise, though, is that if it ever comes to that, I'll knock her around until she snaps out of it. After all, I don't have to worry about you murdering me for it anymore.
さて、どうかな。
Okay, fine. I'll just give her a slap on the cheek then.
では私も飛び蹴り程度で済ますとしよう。
Simple, huh? Wow, that's the thanks I get for saving her life? Doesn't seem too fair.
安心しろ。この世の中に割に合う役目など存在しないからな。
You can say that again. Can't believe I'm sharing a laugh with this world's version of Tsukuyomi-san. Never thought I'd see the day. Perhaps this means she's finally starting to accept me. That'd make me really happy. So, where will you be going from here?
高21号作戦ではウィスキー部隊に随伴する。
I see. There's probably another relative of the shogun among those troops then. Perhaps the old adage about nobility being the first to spill their blood on the front lines is finally starting to be enforced now that the government's been restored. Whiskey Unit's job is to charge right in and create a diversion. There's already a pretty slim chance of survival, and if Tsukuyomi-san's flight has to defend some aristocrat on top of that. I see. So that's why she had to ask me this now. And what about after that?
生還できたなら年内まではこの基地にとどまる。その後はいずこへ赴くやら。
Great, so I'll see you after the operation then.
だとよいが、貴様が開発したという新型 OS の能力次第だな。
First Lieutenant. Well, may the winds of fortune be at your back.
オルタネイティブ4の成否に人類の存亡がかかっている。こたびの作戦において貴様の部隊の使命は重い。これまでの話と矛盾するが、メイヤ様のことはあくまで余力の範囲で構わぬ。任務の
Yeah, I know.
時間を取らせてすまなかった。
It's fine.
ブーンを。
Thank you very much. Wow, now that was unexpected. I like the heart-to-heart, though. Sweet. I think that just about does it. Finally, done adjusting my TSF. I had to really pick up the pace after all that time I spent talking to Tsukuyomi-san. Man, I'm beat. Well, guess I gotta go talk to Yuko-sensei now. Huh? What the? Tamika? Hey, what are you doing out here?
タケルちゃんがここにいるのが分かったから会いに来たよ。
I get it. She's able to use her abilities to track me down just like Kasumi can.
見て見て、サンタウサギだよ。
Man, she is so energetic now. It's almost like she's the Sumika from Extra. Aw, she's still wearing it. That's so sweet. Wait, don't change the subject. Never mind that. Where's Kasumi? Is she not with you?
一人で来ちゃった。
Didn't Sensei tell you not to wander off on your own? What if others see you? Have some common sense.
見られたって平気平気。タケルちゃんと私はいつも一緒だもんね。
This is bad. Sumika sticks out like a sore thumb here. Only a select few authorized people are able to get into A01's hangar. Actually, wait. How did you get past security?
普通に通ってきたよ。簡単簡単。
What? How is that possible? Does this mean Sumika's got high-level security clearance too? Come on, we gotta get you out of here. I was on my way to Sensei's office anyway, so you're in luck.
また下に戻るの？つまんない。
No complaining. Let's go.
うーん。
Huh? She's not here? So much for that. I wonder where she went. Maybe she's in the command center making preparation for the big operation. I mean, I thought she's already left for Niigata, right? Ugh. I should have asked her what her schedule was after the briefing.
タケルちゃん、光月先生探してるの？
Yeah, I think she might be in the command center.
違うよ。
Wait, you know what she's up to?
知らないけど、どこにいるかわかるよ。
Oh, right, she can pinpoint Sensei's location just like she did with me. So, where's she right now?
ここよりもっと下の階にいるよ。ずーっと下の方。
Damn, even lower than this? Pretty sure my security pass won't get us that far. Well, shoot.
タケルちゃん、先生に会いたいの？
Yeah, kinda. I've got a lot of questions to ask her.
連れて行ってあげようか。
What? Does she have an even higher security clearance than me? I guess that would explain how she got into the hangar.
タケルちゃんをそこまで連れてったら、一緒に訓練してくれる？
Well, I don't know if they'll let us train together. More importantly, do you even have a pass for that?
一緒に訓練してくれないならやだ。連れてかない。
Slow down. Answer my question first. Do you have security pass, yes or no?
パスって何？
Oh, come on. Look, I'll show you my...
うん。そういうの？
Oh, right, you can just read my mind, which is great for the sake of expediency. Don't get me wrong, but man, it still throws me off every time. Yeah, do you have one or not?
持ってないよ。
Is it just her body that just like has clearance to every floor? Seriously? Ah, this is a waste of time.
ダメじゃないよ。そんなのなくてもちゃんといけるもん。
Oh god, don't tell me she's having delusions again.
ひどいな。こんななんかしてないよ。
Okay then, how do you suggest we get down there?
どうやってって。普通に行くんだよ。
Oh, for crying out loud, this is the alternative program's main research facility. There's no top secret intel here than anywhere in the world. They're not just gonna let us waltz right in.
じゃあついてきてよ。本当なんだから。
Look, I don't have time for this. I need to get ready for deployment. I'm just gonna go down the list of extension numbers for the lower levels and hope she picks up.
いいから来る。
Hey, Tomiko, what do you think you're doing?
シンクロトロン放射の発生は極力抑えるのよ。レーザープラズマ加速器とリニアアクセラレーターとの重力変差は絶対コンマ2以内。いいわね。
Sensei.
白金？時間がないわ。早速取り掛かってちょうだい。
わかりました。なんとかしてみます。
頼んだわよ。
敬礼はいいって言ってんのに、これだから新入りは。
Sorry to bother you. I know you're swamped right now.
まったくだわ。だいたいなんであんたがここにいるの？
Tomika brought me here. She pinpointed where you were and somehow got us past all the security gates.
偉い？ねえ、偉い？
そんな分かりきったこと聞いてるんじゃないわ。私が聞いてるのは、あんたがここに来た理由。
Huh? I don't get it. Even if she had a high-level security pass, she wouldn't have been able to bring me along with her. But she managed to get both of us to by just waving her hand in front of the scanner. How can she act like that's not a big deal? I just had some questions I wanted to ask you before our deployment.
分かったわ。こっちも時間がないから手短に済ませてちょうだい。